Ion's mischievous cherry adventure. Ion sneaking out of his house. A mischievous boy with a messy shirt and bright eyes tiptoes out of a small wooden house with a sly smile, holding his finger to his lips. The summer sun shines over a cheerful village in the background. The boy is caught in a humorous chase with Uncle Vasile and Martiwara, creating a lively and chaotic atmosphere. Ion running toward Uncle Vasile's garden. A dusty path leads to a lush orchard. Ioan runs energetically, his shirt flapping in the breeze, and a wooden fence comes into view in the distance. As Ioan reaches the orchard, he spots the ripe cherries and grins mischievously. Uncle Vasile is seen in the background, tending to the trees, unaware of Ioan's intentions. Suddenly, Mariara appears, ready to chase Ioan away from the cherries. The scene captures the playful chaos as Ioan runs away, while Uncle Vasile looks on with a stern expression. Ioan climbing the cherry tree. Ioan clings to a thick branch of a tall cherry tree, reaching for the bright red cherries above him. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadows, leading to humorous chases and unexpected trouble with Mariwara, while ultimately facing his father's scolding. Ioan stuffing cherries into his shirt. Image description. Close-up of Ioan sitting on a branch, smiling cheekily as he grabs cherries with one hand and piles them into his bulging shirt with the other. Image description. Uncle Vasile, a sturdy man with a mustache, looks up at Ioan with a mix of surprise and amusement, holding a basket of cherries in his hand. Image description. Mariara, a stern-looking woman, is chasing after Ioan with a wooden spoon, while Uncle Vasile laughs in the back. Mariara spotting Ioan in the tree. Stern woman with her sleeves rolled up stands at the base of the cherry tree, holding a long stick. She glares up, shading her eyes from the sun. A stern woman with her sleeves rolled up stands at the base of the cherry tree, holding a long stick. She glares upward, shading her eyes from the sun. A stern woman with her sleeves rolled up stands at the base of the cherry tree, holding a long stick. She glares upward, shading her eyes from the sun. Mariara throwing clumps of dirt at Ioan. Ioan jumping out of the tree. Ioan leaps from the tree, arms outstretched, landing in a patch of tall green hemp plants that sway from his impact, leading to humorous chases and unexpected trouble with Mariora, while ultimately facing his father's scolding. Ioan running through the hemp patch. Ioan sprints through a dense field of tall hemp, the plants brushing his shoulders, as Mariora chases after him with her stick raised. The chase continues as Ioan dodges left and right, trying to escape Mariora's grasp while laughing mischievously. After the chase, Ioan is caught by his father, who stands with his arms crossed, looking sternly at him, while Mariora watches with a smirk. Mariora tangled in the hemp. Ioan vaulting over the garden fence. Ioan gracefully leaps over a wooden garden fence, his shirt still full of cherries, with a triumphant grin on his face. Mariora chases after Ioan, waving her arms in frustration as he runs away with a handful of cherries. Ioan's father scolds him for stealing cherries, while Uncle Vasile watches with a bemused expression. Mariora shaking her fist at Ioan. Mariora stands behind the garden fence, shaking her fist angrily, as Ioan disappears in the distance, looking carefree. Ioan sneaking into his house. Ioan peeks through the doorway of his house, looking around nervously before quietly slipping inside. Mosh Vasile arriving with the constable. A grumpy, elderly man with a bushy mustache stands at Ion's gate, accompanied by a stern constable in uniform, holding a notebook. A grumpy, elderly man with a bushy mustache stands at Ion's gate, accompanied by a stern constable in uniform, holding a notebook. A grumpy, elderly man with a bushy mustache stands at Ion's gate, accompanied by a stern constable in uniform, holding a notebook. Ion's father paying a fine. Ioan's father hands a pouch of coins to the constable, looking embarrassed, while Mosh Vasile and Mariwara look smug. Ioan rubbing his sore bottom after the scolding. Ioan sits on a stool outside his house, rubbing his backside with a sheepish grin, while his father watches sternly from the doorway. Ioan sits on a stool outside his house, rubbing his backside with a sheepish grin, while his father watches sternly from the doorway. Eon sits on a stool outside his house, rubbing his backside with a sheepish grin, while his father watches sternly from the doorway.